Hello, freak bitches.
Well, isn't that the definition of infinity? That somewhere, if there is really an infinity, there's not only a you and an I, but there's a you and an I and everybody else we've ever met, and all the exact events in the exact same order have gone down an infinite number of times, including this conversation.
Okay, except there is, I don't know how many people know this, but often it's mind-blowing when you learn that some infinities are bigger than others. Joe Rogan just leaned 2 feet away from the microphone.
How does that?
Yeah, not all infinities are the same size.
But if it's infinity, then it's infinity. It's infinite. What is no?
Okay. Don't you remember when you were a kid? I said, what's the biggest number you know? 1,000,000. Well, there's 1,000,001.
Right.
Okay, how about a billion? Well, it's 1,000,000,001. The annoying kid always added 1 to it. Okay, how about infinity? Well, infinity and 1.
Right.
Okay, well, it turns out infinity and 1 and infinity are the same number. Okay, so here's the so for example, the number of counting numbers, so 1, 2, 3, up to infinity, okay?
Right.
The numbers you would use to count things, that's infinite. The number of irrational numbers, so the numbers that you cannot represent as a fraction, okay? That, there are more of those than there are counting numbers.
Whoa.
By far. So these are orders of infinity. Then there are more transcendental numbers than there are irrational numbers.
What's a transcendental number?
So that's a number that you'll never find as a solution to an algebraic equation. So pi is a transcendental number, e is a transcendental. These are magic numbers that show up in mathematics. And turns out there's like an even bigger infinity of those than there is of these other 2 classes of numbers. And they use the Hebrew letter aleph in ranking. So it's aleph 1, aleph 2, aleph 3, aleph 4. I think there are 5 levels of infinity. So my point is, just because there's infinite universes, to me, doesn't mean there's infinite conversations that have happened. And I'd want to really explore the depths of infinities before I say and agree with you that this conversation has happened a million, an infinite number of times in just this way, except you have a different engineer sitting next to us, and
an infinite number of times where it's been Jamie too, right?
Yeah, in principle, that's the argument that's given. But I think that there's some nested infinities in there that deserve some explanation.
My feeble brain is not handling this well.
Well, that's fine. As I say in the epigraph of the book.
Book is not available yet, but I have a copy. Ha! Astrophysicist for people in a hurry.
Astrophysics.
Physics for people in a hurry.
But you got to say it right.
Astrophysicist for people in a hurry. You come over to their house. Hey, what's up?
Here's how you say
it's called
astrophysics for people in a hurry.
Oh, you got to say it quick.
You got to say, because you're in a hurry. So the epigram on that is the universe is under no obligation to make sense to you.
That's rational.
And I've tweeted that before. And so it makes sense to you that the universe is under no obligation to make sense.
Yes.
So it's okay if your brain hurts when I say there's a ranking of infinities, but you shouldn't say that doesn't make sense, therefore it is not true.
I definitely wouldn't say that. But what confuses me is the word infinity, because I had always taken the word infinity to mean something that has no end. So how can something that has no end be larger than something else that has no end?
So the way they do that mathematically, the way to demonstrate that mathematically is you map one item in the set of this infinity to corresponding items in the set of the other infinity. And so you do this. So you take the 1 and you map it to like the first transcendental number. Take the 2 to the second. You just keep doing this. And when you do that mathematically, what you find that one infinity outstrips the other infinity.
Wow.
And then you're left with more numbers. So that shows you that you have a bigger infinity.